After a 13-27 season, the Chicago Sky have decided to fire Reese Witherspoon. In the words of Vince McMahon, "You're fired!"
Chicago Sky's self-proclaimed face of women's basketball, Angel Reese, lost her composure after total chaos broke out. What should have been a promising season instead turned into a complete disaster. For a city that loves sports, a 13-27 record and a fractured team dynamic were too much for even the most loyal fans to overlook. This wasn't just a loss, it was a gut punch.
I wish we drafted.
Really?
Yes. Like teams that have drafted that were above me, that the players that got drafted above, and it was nothing against their rookies that got drafted, but they were like, I wish we were teammates.
NBA legend Teresa Weatherspoon was expected to lead the rebuilding of this shattered franchise, the one who would finally restore trust in Chicago. However, her leadership sparked controversy in the locker room and led to questionable coaching decisions, rather than the revolution many had hoped for. And then there was Reese. Her off-court bravado and on-court antics left fans divided, some applauding her confidence, others shaking their heads in frustration.
Did she just run a coach out of town, and is she running a player out of town? Their best shooter out of town? Because Kennedy Carter looks like she's ready to book it out of
I will be remembered as one of the factors that contributed to women's basketball gaining greater recognition in 20 years, Ree confidently asserted in an interview. This isn't just a story about statistics and facts. It's about a passionate fan base left questioning how things unraveled, surrounded by the remnants of their hopes.
She's already flown the coop on this team, and it was quote-unquote because of culture. Well, what happened to the culture? Who torched the culture? Who's selfish on the team that would cause the culture to mess that up?
Reese's off-court actions reportedly affected her podcast reception. She said some WNBA teams later apologized for passing on her. A controversial fall involving Caitlin Clark drew backlash, with Reese calling it a play on the ball and accusing refs of favoritism. However, video evidence suggested otherwise, and social media criticized her explanation, linking it to team chemistry issues.
Tyler Marsh did the press conference. He talked about Angel Reese. He talked about Cardoso, who I think is going to be a star in the WNBA, but he did not really mention Kennedy Carter at all. And that
as the Chicago Sky, a team once full of promise, unravels faster than their 13-27 record suggests, top shooter Kalia Copper and Angel Reese find themselves at the center of the turmoil. Reports claim the locker room has become a battleground, with leadership fading and team culture in decline. Once focused on teams where she averaged 17.5 points per game, Reese now appears more engaged with Twitter polls than playbooks.
I'll look back at 20 years and be like, yeah, the reason why we're watching women's basketball is not just because of one person. She refuses to say Caitlin Clark's name. It's because of me too.
An anonymous player revealed it was clear who Weatherspoon was trying to please. Reese's stats seemed prioritized over team success, leaving young players like Camila Cardoso overlooked. The Sky's turmoil peaked with the trade of Marina. A mid-season trade sent a praised MB to the Connecticut Sun, where she praised the professional atmosphere and focused on basketball, indirectly referencing the chaos in Chicago.
That franchise has been an absolute dumpster fire since winning the WNBA championship in 2021. Let's go through some of the names that have left. James Wade, who was the coach in DM, left in the middle of the season last year.
The season ended in chaos, with veterans questioning Weatherspoon's leadership and players frustrated by a lack of direction. With locker room divisions clear after her departure, the Sky are left to pick up the pieces. Angel Reese's time in Chicago serves as a cautionary tale about the dangers of putting individual goals over team unity. Will she stay? The future is uncertain, but the wreckage is undeniable.
Zora Stevens. And then this year, after drafting Cardoso and Reese, they were competing for a playoff spot and traded Marina Mabrey, their veteran.
Carter, the league's top scorer and January restricted free agent, stayed silent on social media but hinted, "You'll be coaches and GMs." Fans quickly voiced their opinions on where she should play next season. While some mocked her for airing personal details like a reality TV show, others praised her for calling out Chicago's issues. Marina Ma left last season despite averaging 15.4 points, and Candace Parker departed after the 2021 championship for bigger opportunities in Las Vegas. Teresa Weatherspoon resigned after one season, allegedly due to locker room division. Tyler Marsh, now head coach, spoke about Aaliyah's potential and acknowledged Cardoso's rise. However, his vague comments about Carter's role left fans uncertain about her future.
Coach Tyler Marsh was asked about whether he sees Kennedy Carter in the big part of what he's doing in the future during an appearance on the Athletic Women's Basketball Show. Quote, in regards to Kennedy, she's a great player. She was a huge catalyst to what last year's team was able to do and accomplish, and obviously she's slated to.
REES's impressive 16.8 points and 10.6 rebounds per game make her a dominant force, but rumors of locker room issues and favoritism continue to swirl. The Chicago Sky are clearly in decline, with divisions growing as talent seems to be prioritized over team unity. Marsh's silence on Carter's situation only fuels speculation that the team may cut ties with its star player. It's unclear whether Carter is still vital to the team, or if they're just preparing for another collapse.
Thus far has been on players who we know are under contract this coming year, and that's where the communication has been.
Just a year after making the playoffs, the Chicago Sky have become a cautionary tale of a franchise in turmoil. While Rhea isn't solely to blame, her rise within a flawed system hasn't helped her reputation. So where does this disaster go from here? Will Marsh step in to fix things? Will Carter leave, further diminishing the team? Or will fans keep finding the chaos amusing for all the wrong reasons? One thing's certain, Chicago Sky's culture has become a meme sensation.
Can't help but wonder, is that what happened here? Is Angel Reese and the way she wants to play, and I don't know if you've ever noticed her social media posts, but she's very me, always. Me.
The stories of the Chicago Sky and Indiana Fever are worlds apart. One represents turmoil and decline, while the other symbolizes unity and revival. The Sky, once champions, have struggled with internal strife and poor leadership, especially after Teresa Weatherspoon's rocky tenure. Angel Reese's divisive actions, despite her talent, have only added to the chaos. It's unclear whether the Sky will continue to fall, or if they can rebuild their culture and return to championship contention.
Weatherspoon had lost the locker room because of a culture that catered to the needs of a few players.
Partisanship and poor leadership have undermined the Sky's foundation, creating an environment that prioritizes individual drama over teamwork. While there's hope with Tyler Marsh's appointment as head coach, it remains uncertain if players, particularly Rhea, can embrace a team-first mentality. Without unity and accountability, the Sky risk alienating fans and falling further behind in a league that demands excellence. In contrast, the Indiana Fever have turned things around, thanks to strong leadership from head coach Stephanie White, GM Amber Cox, and President Kelly Kokoff. Their focus on teamwork, discipline, and openness has transformed the team culture. Every player feels valued and accountable, creating an upbeat, driven atmosphere that has led to success.